So in this video series, we're talking about AI in use in the enterprise, and I'm suggesting in this video series that we manage AI like an asset. And that's not just for managing the cost and the risk, but that's for unlocking the innovation and allow us to deploy this stuff faster and therefore be more competitive. So in this video series, we've spoken about the types of AI in use, that we've just talked about the fact that we've got classic enterprise sprawl of this technology. It's experimental, the ROI is undefined. We've spoken about the types of AI and the barriers against actually using it. In this video, I'd like to talk about the risk and what it actually looks like in the enterprise. So we spoke about three types of AI, predictive analytics and machine learning. We spoke about natural language processing, and we spoke about generative AI, three different types of AI. Now, what those boil down to in the enterprise in terms of an IT stack is three things. And it might be on-premise, it might be in the cloud somewhere, or it might be a combination of the two. But you've got three components. The first of which is storage. So in order to educate an algorithm, in order to use an algorithm, you typically need lots of storage to actually build up and educate an algorithm. So to use our example from before, with Rent-A-Kill, they were using facial recognition of rats to identify pest control, pest issues, so they could be more proactive in their pest control. So in order to teach the algorithm, you're going to need lots of pictures of rats and videos of rats and lots of, to be able to educate the algorithm on what a rat looks like and how to manage it. So you need lots of storage for these systems. The second component of an AI stack is the compute. So you need typically, it doesn't always have to be the case, but you need to typically look at a graphics chip. So it's no wonder that NVIDIA is one of the most valuable companies on the planet, because they're leading the way in terms of these graphics chips that can facilitate AI. And what's important for the enterprise is that these are a real step up in terms of energy usage. So I've heard that a NVIDIA chip, for example, will use a similar sort of energy as a typical US household, and that's just one chip. So it's a big step up in terms of energy, big step up in terms of cooling, and therefore cost. So you've got the storage and you've got the compute. The third part of the system is the software itself, the algorithm, the code that we're using to actually use the AI. And these days, at the moment, that most of those tools are open source. That's not without its risks, but what I can foresee in the future is that those open source tools will probably be replaced by proprietary systems from certain vendors in certain specializations. So what does all that mean? Those three elements, the storage, the compute, and the software, lead to these types of risks. So you've got the security risk we've spoken of in previous videos, and arguably that's accentuated because of the damage that could be done with AI in the wrong hands. You've got privacy concerns that we've spoken of. You've also got unchecked cost, because this is often experimental at the moment. People haven't got a clear ROI on it. And there's the regulatory risk. And what all this is pointing to, all these risks are pointing to, is that you're going to need a team to manage AI like an asset. So you're going to need InfoSec at the table. You're going to need probably board level representation to cover the privacy and regulatory risk. And you've got the unchecked cost, which could be covered by ITAM or FinOps to create this virtual team that can help manage AI like an asset. Now, I've spoken of regulatory risk around AI, and we'll cover that in the next video.